It is very important for you as a person to understand a very important concept called the season identification. As you navigate your life, as you go through your journey of moving towards your destiny, you have to understand that your life is divided into season. And when we talk about season, we're talking about each and every season has its specific purpose in your life. It's very important for your development, and it's very important for your growth as well as your destiny. What many of us often do, unfortunately and unwillingly, or without our knowledge, we often mess up what we're supposed to do in each and every season. And we find ourselves, when we move to the next season, you find yourself in a very difficult position because you couldn't understand the purpose of a specific season in your life. For example, if you are a 16-year-old, you are at a point in your life whereby the only thing that needs to be important in your life is things like upgrading your grades. That is the most important thing you need to be focusing on. And you need to also make sure that you are well behaved, because your actions and the behavior that you make at that particular stage in life has a direct impact on the next phase of your life. So therefore, if you do not properly meet the required KPIs for that particular season, you will often find a situation whereby what you were supposed to do in the previous season gets carried over in the next season, and you find yourself having to do things that you should have done when you're 16-year-old because you did not respect the season at that time. Many of us find ourselves in a situation whereby we are in a season, but we are still trying to close gaps of previous seasons when we should have put specific efforts to get to where we want. But because we did not understand the purpose of that season, we did not understand what was required of us to achieve at that point, you'll find yourself having to perform those functions a bit later, because unfortunately you cannot cheat life. You cannot go to level 2 if you've never been to level 1. That's one thing about life that it cannot do. You cannot cheat it. So therefore, if there is a phase in your life where you were supposed to plant something and you did not do that, bear in mind that you will not reap anything for that, and you will have to start at a later stage and find yourself playing catch up. That is why many of us, we find ourselves under unnecessary pressure because we did not respect a specific season in our lives. We decided to prioritize things that were not important, and we find ourselves in difficult positions a bit later. So properly understand your season, because the season determines your behavior, it determines your thinking, it determines how you movement, it determines the crowd that you keep. Because certain seasons that are about plowing, there are certain days where you need to invest, you need to educate yourself. You're gonna have sleepless nights, but a bit later, some of the rewards you will get them there. So do not find yourself in a situation where you miss a particular season.